All right, there we go. Okay, so on tonight's webinar, this is what we're going to focus on tonight's webinar. We're going to focus on helping you understand why most marketers fail. We know that 95% or so of marketers, doesn't matter what they're marketing, are struggling. All right, and so we've got to ask ourselves this question: why are marketers failing? We're going to spend just a little time on that, and the whole idea is that if you understand why marketers fail, then you can succeed, because all we need to do, all right, Sandra, all we need to do is we figure out why marketers fail, and then we do the opposite. Does that make sense? All right, you figure out what people are doing wrong, what's causing them to fail, and then you take the opposite track. All right, so we're going to talk about that on this evening. We're going to share with you really the best way to promote your current offers and any future offers that you'll add to your income producing portfolio. We're going to share lightly on how to generate more leads. And obviously you get more qualified leads. That's going to ultimately lead to more sales and to more recruits. And the biggest thing that we're going to do on tonight is we're going to show you how our RAS system can potentially allow you to develop a 6 or even a 7-figure business. All right, a 6 or 7-figure business. Now here's the key part. Here's the key part. Even if no one ever buys your primary product. Now, our whole aim is to help you generate more leads, more sales, more recruits for your primary product, for your primary offer. But as we mentioned before, we know that if you put 100 laser targeted people in front of your offer, okay, that the percentages say that 1 to 5 of them are actually going to buy or join. So then, based on the percentages, about 95% or more of the people that see your offer, even if it's framed correctly, even if it's framed properly, 95% of the people that see your offer, excuse me, are not going to join you, are not going to buy from you. Now, prior to RAS, we just wrote that off, and there really wasn't many ways that we had, if any, to monetize those other 95. We're going to show you how our system is going to allow you to monetize a percentage of those 95. It won't be all 95, but monetize a percentage of those. But those that we're able to monetize, what that could mean, ultimately, potentially a 6 or even a 7-figure biz. All right, now I'm going to use my whiteboard. Let's see here. Bear with me. But before I go to my whiteboard, all right, give me a moment. Okay, so let's share with you, Shelby, our ultimate objective for you and your business. Our ultimate objective for you is to assist you in building a long-term sustainable business where you ultimately have multiple streams of income, and you ultimately, Susan, have multiple niches. Okay, so we don't want your income coming from just one stream, because if that stream dries up, then what? And we've been there where we've developed, we've had 4 separate income streams that we developed that generated $20,000 a month or more. And something happened at some point so that the next month, the $20,000 didn't come. So this is why, now we didn't have all 4 running at the same time. All right, so this is why we ultimately want you to have multiple streams of income. So if one stream dries up, it doesn't impact your ability to take care of your family, okay? One of my mentors has 21 different streams across like a dozen or so niches. So if one stream dries up, he can still take care of his family. If one niche, see, sometimes you'll have a niche that'll be real hot for a while, and then it'll kind of cool off. All right, so if one niche is hot now and you're riding it for what it's worth, you're riding that wave, but then all of a sudden that niche starts to cool off, you want to have other niches as well. And the whole idea is so that you ultimately have the financial freedom and the time freedom to hotly pursue the passions of your heart. So let's talk real quickly about why marketers fail, and then we're going to do the opposite. All right, most marketers neglect their biggest asset. Your biggest asset is not your offer, okay? Your offer is not even your second biggest asset. Your biggest asset is you. So you want to always work on you. All right. So most marketers neglect working on their biggest asset. They work in their business, but not on their business. Working on your business is working on you. So one of the things that we want to do is we want to commit some time daily. All right, it might be 15 minutes, it might be 30 minutes, but at least 15 or 30 minutes a day working on ourselves, some type of personal development, some type of personal growth, some type of spiritual growth, because you're in a negative environment for the most part. You know, if you're watching the news, you're definitely seeing mostly negative stuff. You go to work, if you're on a job, a lot of times you're surrounded by negative people. So you need to take that time out to work on yourself so you become a better you. All right. Number two, most do not have a funnel-based system. So we need to do the reverse. We need to make sure that we are employing a funnel-based system. And you may not know what that really means just yet. You will. RAS is a funnel-based system, so if you employ RAS, you'll have a funnel-based system. Number three, here's the big one. Most do not have a responsive list, okay? It really doesn't matter what your offer is, how good it is or how good it isn't, okay? If you've got a great offer, wonderful, but if you don't have a responsive list with which you can share your great offer, you're going to be very, very limited in the results that you generate. And so this is one of the reasons why you could, let's say if you're in network marketing, where you will have people going across the stage making, you know, the 6 figures to 7 figures. You'll have the folks that are on YouTube that have personally enrolled 500, 1,000, 2,000 folks into the business, where most people are struggling to get one recruit. Most people are struggling to get one sale, all right? The reason the folks that are going across the stage are going across the stage is they have a responsive list. Now, some of those have been in network marketing, for instance, for a long period of time, but I'm talking more the new marketers that are leveraging the internet, okay? I can tell you that your offer, while it is important, is not nearly as important as your responsive list. Give me a person that has the best offer in the world, a raise Lazarus from the dead nutritional product, a melt 20 pounds while you sleep weight loss product, okay? Great product, stands on its own, no list, that person will make little to no money. On the other side, let's have someone that develops a responsive list and they have a product that's average at best. That person will make money. Not because of the product or the service, but because of the responsiveness of the list. That's paramount. Your two biggest assets in your business is you, number one, that's your biggest asset. And number two is your following. You must have a responsive list. And that's what we're going to talk about, how our system helps you develop that responsive list. Most marketers have poorly constructed offers, and sometimes it's not that it's a bad offer, it's the fact that it's not presented in a fashion that's compelling, it's not presented in a fashion that is clear, it's not presented in a fashion where the product or the service or the opportunity becomes healing or ointment or salve for the problems and the struggles of your target market, okay? So what you're going to see with RAS is it doesn't matter what your back-end offer happens to be. RAS is going to bring healing and ointment to the challenges that most people face in marketing, which is why ultimately you're going to get more sales and get more recruits, because if you leverage RAS, you're going to be able to bring healing to the marketplace. And then lastly, most do not know how to drive high quality laser targeted traffic or visitors to their site. I hope time allows me. If it does, I'm going to share with you, and this will really be for our existing RAS folks or those of you who are right on the cusp of getting RAS. I'm going to share with you, particularly with RAS 2.0, the fact that we now are a generic tool to help anyone build anything. I'm going to share with you what I will be doing in terms of really high quality visitors coming to our site, and then some things that you might even want to do as it relates to that. We plan on launching some co-ops in the next, I don't know what the time frame will be, but we're working on that now, okay? All right, so now with that being said, let's go to work. Let's go to work. All right, what I want to talk about initially is this. Bear with me. what I want to talk about initially is the best way for you to promote your current and even your future offers. The best way for you to promote your current and your future offers. Now, what I want you to do for me real quickly is go over to the questions box, and I want you to put in what you are marketing. All right, what you are marketing. What offers are you currently marketing? I want to take a look at what you guys and guyettes are marketing out there. Okay. Someone says, stop talking about me, no list. That's okay. We're going to rectify that. Okay. Good, good, good. Oh, a lot. Okay, a lot of different offers. Lot of different offers. Fantastic. Great. Fantastic. Wow. All right. And just to give you an idea, some of these I'm not familiar with, but I'm seeing everything from crowdfunding offers to essential oils, to travel, to gold, to weight loss offers, to cell phone offers, to trading offers, advertising offers, the traffic offers, looks like some type of precious metals offer. Someone says, I need something. Well, Diane, the great thing is if you don't have a back-end offer, RAS itself has a powerful income element. It is a tool, it is a resource, but it also is an income stream. Okay, all right, so now with that, let's go to work. Now I want to share with you something that I saw years ago, and I didn't get it at first. But now on the path that we're on, the light bulb went off. Okay, so back in 2001, I was promoting a, it was a telecom offer. What was it called? It was called ITI. All right, it's called ITI. This is a telecom offer. We weren't doing anything really on the internet. Now, they did have a decent presentation on the internet, and we could send people to that presentation, but we knew nothing at that time about developing a list or an email list, and certainly SMS text message marketing wasn't in play at that time. And there was a gentleman that was also with that particular company, all right? And he and I met at an offline event because we basically built our business offline. We met at an offline event, and he told me that he was having these online training webinars. Well, actually, they weren't. Was it a webinar? Did he do a webinar? I guess it was. Yeah. Okay. So online training webinars. All right. Now, what he would do is he did a weekly webinar. I think it was a webinar, call or webinar, but he did a weekly event. Let's call it that. Yeah, it had to be a webinar because I could see his screen. All right, so he would do a weekly webinar, but his weekly webinar was generic. He never promoted his primary offer on the webinar. So he would do a webinar, and it would give just tremendous value, all right, tremendous value. And because of the value that I got when I came onto his webinars, guess what? I started to invite my team to come onto the webinars because he was teaching something that was outside of my scope. I didn't know anything about any type of internet, anything at that particular time. And so this was a way that I could bring value to my existing folks. Now, he never promoted his primary offer on the webinar, and so I felt comfortable me going and then sending my folks to the webinar. Okay. Now, for the longest time, I couldn't figure out why he was doing it. I couldn't figure out, well, what was in it for him from a financial standpoint? It just didn't make any sense to me. And he and I really started to get really close as it relates to, really building a relationship, a bond there. And I asked him one time, and it was interesting because at that time I knew so little about the internet. When he would do a webinar, he might talk about a particular tool or particular resource that he was using to build his primary offer, only he never mentioned what his primary offer happened to be, okay? And typically what he would have is he would, at the end of the webinar, let's say he talked about email marketing, and he talked about why everyone needed to have an autoresponder. All right, so he sold me on why I needed to get an autoresponder, and I ultimately got an autoresponder through him. So what he would do is he'd be on the webinar, and then he would post his a link to get that tool or to get that resource. Now, I knew so little about internet marketing that I didn't know that when I got that autoresponder that I was going through his affiliate link and that he was actually getting an affiliate commission. And so ultimately what happened was he had a full-time income stream from the tools and resources that he referred on his webinars. Okay? He wasn't rich, but he was generating about $4,000 to $5,000 a month just from the various tools and resources that he recommended on his webinars. Now, then this is what happened. This is when I really started to get what he was doing. The company that he and I was promoting, they went through some rocky times. There were 3 owners of the company, 2 of them were brothers, and the odd man out left the company, started his own company, okay? And that just kind of shook up the business, all right? So now the offer that once was a good offer was having its problems, having its challenges. And so the gentleman who was doing the generic webinars, he went and he picked up a new offer, okay? So then, you know, we had this conversation about the problems that this ITI company was having at the time, all right? And guess what I asked him? By the way, what is your primary offer? By the way, what are you promoting? You never talk about it. You never talk about it on your webinars. And so he told me what he was promoting, and guess what happened? I joined him. I didn't join the company as much as I joined him. Now, that relationship with this gentleman extends way back to 2001. And since that time, I have joined him in a number of offers in network marketing or bought a number of products that he's recommended. And there have been times that it was vice versa. There were times that an offer came across my desk and I told him about it and he joined me or what have you. But I learned that and I didn't understand what was really going on years ago. All right. Now, what I want you to get is the power of generic. The power of generic. Okay? All right, so now, here is what RAS has evolved into, all right? Because the way that most people market their business is, number one, they promote their replicated link, all right? The replicated link to that particular product or to that particular service, all right? Now, here's the problem with that, all right? So most marketers are not capturing the lead, and this is most paramount. You want to get the lead. Please understand that most will not join you the first time they hear or see your message. Okay? All right. So most people are promoting their replicated link of the company that they are promoting, okay? And that's a no-no. All right? That's a no-no. Most people do that. Most people fail. We want to stop doing that. You want to promote something. Give me a moment. Bear with me. Let me turn off my Skype so we won't hear that. Okay? All right, so you want to make sure that you're always capturing the lead. You're always capturing the lead. But here's the thing that happens, again, the power of generic. The power of generic, okay? The reason I'm so excited about the new direction of RAS is because now we get to be generic. See, so here's what's happening. Let me share with you. A young lady sent me via email. She sent me her offer, okay? And she may be on the webinar tonight. I won't say who it is, but she sent me her offer. She sent me an email she said, hey, here's this new offer and it's going to pre-launch and I can get you in touch with the owners and what have you. Okay, now let me tell you a couple challenges here, all right? So if young lady, you happen to be on here, I'm not going to say your name, hopefully you'll take this in the spirit in which I'm sharing it with you to give you some suggestions on how to better market what you're promoting. Okay, now let me tell you one of the challenges here, all right? First off, notice that there is nothing here that allows her to capture the lead. It is a good looking site, nice graphical, got a little video here that talks about what the offer is. The challenge is there's nothing here that allows her to capture my information, to capture the lead. All right, so she wouldn't even know if I went to her site or not. But we have to understand that most people are not going to buy, most people are not going to join the first time they see and or hear your message. It's important that you capture the lead, build the list, so that you can continue to communicate value to that list. It doesn't always have to be a message about this particular offer. It just needs to be where you are consistently in front of that person with something that is valuable, okay? That's important. Now, the other thing is this. What my buddy that I just told you about, what his business really evolved into is he would really lead in with something that was generic. He would lead in with a tool or a resource that any marketer marketing anything could use to help them to build their business. That's one of the reasons he's been so successful, is because instead of focusing on the offer, he would focus on bringing value in the form of a tool or a resource that it didn't matter if you were in nutrition, cryptocurrencies, travel, weight loss, energy, precious metals. It didn't matter what you were promoting. The tool or the resource would allow you to build whatever your back-end offer happened to be. Then when you got the tool or resource from him that generated revenue, now when your deal didn't work, as most people's deal will not work because 95% of the folks we know are struggling, all right? So we know most people are going to join this and it's not going to work, and in 2 or 3 or 4 months they're going to be looking to join something else. And then that's not going to work because they don't know why things aren't working, okay? They just think, well, if I find a better offer, if I work harder, then I'm going to finally get there. Well, the thing is, if you don't know what you don't know, if you don't know how you build a business online and with mobile, then you can find this offer and another offer next week and another offer the week after that, and you'll still be in struggle mode. And then what happens is when an offer disappoints you, just like I just had an offer disappoint me, if my sole focus was on the offer, then I wouldn't be on the webinar tonight. I'd be ticked off. I'd be saying, man, I just wasted all this time. But my focal point was not the offer. My focal point was building and cultivating a responsive list. And so if that offer disappoints, guess what I still have? I still have a responsive list. That, ladies and gentlemen, is what we need to focus on. Okay? All right, so now let me share with you what RAS is going to do for you. All right? And I'm not telling the young lady not to promote this offer. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Okay? We want to get you more leads, more sales, more recruits for the primary offer. I will tell you that here's the challenge with most marketers that do something like this, where they just send out the link or what have you. All right? So let me tell you what happens. All right? What happens now because of YouTube is when someone gets your link, let's say you send out a link to your travel deal. You send out a link that with no lead capture page, no nothing, okay? You send out a link to your precious metals deal. You send out a link to your weight loss deal. What a lot of people are going to do is they're going to go on over to YouTube. And then when they go to YouTube, they're going to put in the search phrase of that company or what have you. And in many cases, they're going to see somebody, some leader who's really good at doing YouTube videos. And they're going to check out that person's video. Then they're going to go and check out their channel and see that they have multiple videos. And then they're going to say, man, I want to join this dude or join this dudette because they really resonate with me. And how do I know that? Because since 2008, that's primarily how I built my businesses. I'd have an offer. I'd go to YouTube. I'd load up. This last offer that has disappointed me, I've got 60 videos on my channel specific to that particular keyword. And we personally enrolled several hundreds of people in that offer. And I know that probably half or more came from someone went to YouTube, saw my YouTube channel, saw my YouTube videos, my messaging resonated with them, and they went and they joined me. Now, what if you simply sent out a person your website and it tells the person what the name of the company is? You didn't capture the lead. Now, this person goes over to YouTube or they go over to Google and they check this thing out and they like it because they see some other leader talking about this product or service, and that leader says, hey, if you join me, we've got this special with my team and da 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 da. Guess what just happened? You just advertised for the big leader with your company. And how do I know this? Because since 2008, when I would build a new network marketing company, the first thing I would do is I'd go to YouTube and I would load up a bunch of YouTube videos. And then you'd have all these people in the company sending out links, promoting the name of the company. And when they did that, people went to YouTube and they typed in the name of the company. And there I had 10, 15, 20, 30, 50, 60 videos. How are you going to compete against that if you can't do the same thing? The answer is you don't. And the answer is you get frustrated. And this is how you have in companies this have and have nots. You've got the top leaders that have personally recruited 3, 4, 5, 6, 700,000, 2,000. And you've got the majority of folks that can't land one recruit. Let me stop for a moment. If you have gotten an aha moment, if you have gotten some value out of what we just shared in your questions box, put a V there. You got some value out of what we just shared. You got some value out of what we just shared. Fantastic. Fantastic. Okay. All right. So now, how does, by the way, this is interesting. I want to show you this very quick conversation. I want to make sure. I think I took out her name and stuff. All right. So here's a quick conversation. Young lady sends me an email. Hey, Doc, if you would like an idea, how about information on the company that is going to take the world by storm? All right. So listen, if I'm promoting a specific offer, she's promoting a specific offer, and in her mind, this company is going to take the world by storm. The company is going to be open to 180 countries on day one. Something that is not a gimmick, simple, a one-product company that is affordable and a product that people feel within the first hour of taking it. Please get back to me. I'm a strong networker and personal friends with the owner and sponsored by the master distributor. If you don't know what a master distributor is, excuse me, let me get a little water. Okay. What a master distributor is basically they are the leader in the field, all right? And in many cases, the whole company might even be under them. I've been a master distributor for one company in the past, turned down a master distributorship with another company. I regret that I did that, all right? And so they went on to tell me, what their name was. And she said she would love to send me information that I could review. Now, here's the deal. So here's what we know, all right? And I went, and this was the site. All right, so I went to the site and I found out a little bit about the product. All right, she sent me two websites. Neither one of them had a lead capture page. Okay, all right, and they talk a little bit about the product. So I know she's in nutrition. Okay, now with that being said, if all I had was a specific offer and I did not have something like RAS, and so we'll help you understand where RAS comes into play here. Okay, where RAS allows me to be generic. RAS allows me to offer a tool or resource to help her in her business. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this lady right now, she believes this is the one. She believes this is the product. This is the company. This is the service. It's going to take the world by storm. It's going to be in 180 countries from day one. Hey, and I was sponsored by the top person in the company, and I personally know the owner. So now, if I'm promoting a nutritional company, guess what would happen? We would be screaming at each other. Because she would be telling me how her company and her product, people feel it within the first hour of taking it. And I come back and say, well, people feel mine within the first 45 minutes. So there. And she says, well, we're in 180 countries. And I'm saying, well, we're in 181. So there. My daddy can beat your daddy. And that's what most marketers are doing right now. They're leading with their specific offer. And when you lead with your specific offer, you immediately decrease your pool of prospects. You start fishing in a small pond. See, here's the reality is by leading with the specific offer of nutrition, the reality is the only people she's going to appeal to are people that are nutritional conscious. All right. They're conscious about nutrition. They're conscious about health and wellness. Not everyone is. Or people that want to promote a nutritional offer. But I will tell you that one of the challenges that she may deal with is the fact that she's got so many nutritional offers in the marketplace. How does one differentiate one between the other? So that's why in my business going forward, I'm not leading with a specific offer in a specific niche. Because when I do that, I shrink my pool of prospects. Rather, my focus is on leading with a tool or a resource that can help anybody promote anything. Leading with a tool or a resource that can help anybody promote anything. Okay, so now here was my response back to her. This is just part of the response, okay? All right, and basically what I was saying with her, to her is, hey, I've got a tool or resource that can assist you, all right? Plus, even if no one joins your primary opportunity or buys your primary product, we'll still show you how you could generate a 6 or 7 figure business with this tool. I talked about the tool earlier in the message. Now, look at this. I said, feel free to shoot me your information. I don't have time for a call right now. She wanted me to give her a call, okay? I said, but send me your link. Now, if I was promoting cryptocurrencies as my offer, if I was promoting travel as my offer, if I was promoting another nutritional company as my offer, there'd be no way, it would be difficult for me to monetize this relationship. Because right now, at least for now, she's sold on her company because it's going to take the world by storm. It's going to open up in 180 countries from day one. It's not a gimmick. It's simple. It's one product. Plus, she's a strong networker with personal friends with the owner and sponsored by the master distributor. How do I now pitch my cryptocurrency deal? How do I pitch my travel deal? How do I pitch my competing nutritional offer to this young lady? I don't. We would be screaming at each other. My daddy can beat your daddy. My daddy can beat your daddy. And that's what most marketers are doing. Now with RAS, as she now is, I can say to her, hey, shoot me your information. I would love to work with you in conjunction with RAS to assist you in building your offer. She then comes back and she says, I would love to know how your business can help build mine. So now, instead of my daddy can beat your daddy, I'm in position because of where RAS is now that I can say to her, hey, shoot me your link. Which she did. This was the link. Shoot me your link. And then she says, sure, yes, show me how you can help me to build my business. Okay, now real quickly. So let's show her real quickly, all right? All right, inside of RAS, all right? So what we're going to do with her is we're going to send her a link for her to take our RAS tour. All right, when she takes the RAS tour, the first part of the tour will be a lead magnet that will then have her to opt in with a cell phone number. Now, this is a far more intimate lead than someone who opts into an email capture page. When someone opts into an email capture page, a lot of times they don't even have to give you real data. They could give you abc@def.com, or they could give you an email address that they don't really check, because you can go. I don't know how many. I know I've got 20 plus email addresses with Gmail alone, probably more. Okay, all right. And so oftentimes when I opt into something, I'll use an email address that I don't really check just to get it on the other side. And then if the information I think is good enough, then I may go back with a better email address. Okay, with our lead magnet, with our lead capture page, when someone opts in, they are giving a cell phone number. Then they have to verify a PIN. There's going to be a text message sent to them with a PIN code. They've got to verify that. So we know that this is a legitimate opt-in, okay? Then the second thing that's going to happen, once the person opts in, they're going to have their first training module. And ladies and gentlemen, for those of you that are already a part of RAS, all right, in your back end of RAS, when you log in and you go to your surfboard, we've shown you how to go through the system so you can see what your users are going to see. That is a kick butt training module, all right? And it gets people understanding why we want to help you get more leads and get more sales and get more recruits. Let's not just fixate on your offer. Your offer is important, but that's not your real business. Your real business is you building your following. Your real business is you and your following. You've got to develop a responsive list. All right? All right, so now the person is going to go through that tour. There's going to be a tripwire offer. What is a tripwire offer? Most marketers are not familiar with this, but it is so key. A tripwire offer is that initial product offer, that initial economic offer that you present to your lead. See, here's the thing. You want to take a cold lead, because most people that are going to come into any system are going to be cold. You don't really know them. They don't really know you. They may not know you from Adam or Eve, okay? You want a process that takes a cold lead from a cold lead to a red hot prospect. You do this with a tripwire offer. A tripwire offer is an over-the-top value-based offer, but a low outlay, meaning it doesn't cost them much to take advantage of the tripwire offer. And in taking advantage of the tripwire offer, it's just a few bucks. It certainly needs to be less than $50, okay? Normally, it might be in the $10, $20 range or so. So they don't have to go and ask their spouse or confer with their spouse or break the bank or what have you. Okay. Once a person does that, then they start to move through the system and they really start to understand what our system is all about. Now, what I want to do for the next little bit is I want to show you how you are going to ultimately get more leads with our system. And then I'm going to show you this new income stream that we activated on last week. And this is the income stream primarily that could help you get to a 6 or a 7-figure income, even if the person doesn't join your primary offer. They adopt the tool or the resource, but they don't join your primary offer. By the way, during the gold rush in the U.S., if you're not in the U.S., in the U.S., I don't know what period, 1700s, 1800s, I don't know. I just know there was a period that people were going out west to mine for gold. All right, so during the gold rush, who made the most money? The people mining for gold, or the people selling the tools to the people mining for gold? All right, so if you think the people mining for gold made the most money, then in your questions box, you're going to put a G. If you think the people selling the tools to the people mining for gold, in your questions box, you're going to put a T. In your questions box, you tell me who you think made the most money. Did my gold miners make the most money, or did the people offering the tools and the resources make most of the money? You got it. The people offering the tools and the resources. As a matter of fact, some of those companies are still around. There's a company that, because if you're mining for gold, you need some good pants, right? There's a company called Levi's. All right. Well, guess what? They're still around. They're still around. That company's still making billions of dollars a year, or whoever owns that company is still making billions of dollars a year. So that's what we want to do, is we want to lead in not with our offer. Your offer is important. Don't stop promoting your offer. You want to lead in with a tool or a resource that anyone can use to build their offer. Now, the thing that I had not found up until RAS was a tool or resource that if someone got the tool or resource but didn't join my business, got the tool or resource but didn't buy my product that I really wanted them to buy, that the tool or resource on its own could ultimately generate a 6 or 7 figure business for me. I had some tools or resources I could recommend that might have a 1-tier affiliate payout, all right, but I didn't really have anything that gave me leverage. So now let's share this with you real quickly. Give me a moment. Okay. Bear with me. Wrong PowerPoint. Okay, so now, our system is going to leverage the power of mobile automation, all right? And the reason being is, while email marketing is alive and is never going anywhere, about 5% of your email leads will open up your emails, all right? If you're sending out some type of email to them to invite them to a webinar, or even just a value-based type of a message to keep in front of your email list, about 5% are going to open it up. So you send out a list, you send out an email to 10,000 subscribers, about 500 are going to open it up, okay? Even the best marketers out there typically do not get anything above an 8% email open rate. With SMS text messaging, the numbers say that 98% of all text messages are read. Now, it doesn't mean they buy or join, but at least they see your message. And so that's what we saw 3 years ago when this system was in beta development. We saw the power, and we've held on for 3 years until the system now has gone live, okay? Because we saw the power of building a responsive list using SMS text messaging, okay? All right, so now, here's the deal. When someone is using RAS, their leads are going to be mobile opt-in leads. And with SMS text messaging in a system, a person has credits, all right? And then as you are sending messages out to your list, then that's going to deduct from your credits. And ultimately, you, me, John, Mary, Susan, Karen will renew and get more credits. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is going to create the most potent residual income I've ever seen in my 20 years in this industry. All right, and the income is derived from the fact that you can have users. Our system is a 2-tier system, meaning anyone who gets RAS from you is on your first tier. Anyone who gets RAS from them is on your second tier, okay? So if you refer John, all right, and he gets RAS, all right, doesn't matter what he's promoting, he gets RAS so that he can better promote his offers, all right, then you are going to benefit from that, even if he has not joined your business. If John then refers Susan and she gets RAS from John, you are the grandparent and you're going to receive revenue from that as well. Before I go here, let me not neglect this. Give me a moment. How does our system get you more leads? I'm go away from this for just a moment. I'm going to come back. How does our system get you more leads? Okay. All right. There's one major way right now. There's going to be a second way that we're going to be sharing real soon. All right. One major way right now is in our system, you can purchase mobile opt-in leads. There are other, RAS is powered by a mother company. That mother company has other funnels. And as a matter of fact, I know a buddy of mine, a couple of buddies of mine are about to release funnels through that overall company. They won't be called RAS, they'll be called something else. One of my buddies has a travel offer and he's got a travel funnel that's going to be launching here in the next few weeks, okay? So what happens is there's going to be people that are going to opt into his travel funnel to find out about his travel offer, okay? Those are going to be people that opted in with their name and their cell phone, okay? Now, what I can do, what you can do, is we can go to the mother of RAS that houses all of these opt-ins. Hundreds of thousands right now of opt-ins, soon to be millions upon millions of opt-ins. And we can go to the system and say, I want to buy not eyeballs to my offer, not traffic to go and check out my deal. I want to buy opt-ins, someone that opts into my system. So basically when someone opts into any of these funnels, all right, RAS is a funnel within the overall system, all right, they are in the entire database of the mother company. Now I can go to the mother company and say, I want to purchase mobile opt-in leads, all right? And let's say, all right, I want to take $100 and I want to purchase mobile opt-in leads. That'll get me about 15 to maybe 20 or so opt-ins. Leads. These are people that are now opting into my funnel. It could be your funnel, let's say with RAS. They're opting into my RAS funnel to find out what RAS is all about. And they're putting in their name and they're putting in their cell phone number. And guess what? I now have a new lead. I didn't have to know about how to get traffic. I didn't have to know about Facebook advertising. I didn't have to know about YouTube advertising to get those leads. And so far what we've seen is that those leads have the highest conversions. We've done some outside traffic leads and they work okay, but they haven't provided the type of conversions to people actually getting, let's say, RAS as high as this right here. So now let's say you're promoting your wellness offer. All right, well, you don't want to lead with your wellness company. If you understand what we're talking about now, you want to lead with a tool or resource. You can come to the system and say, okay, I've got $100. I want to purchase some opt-ins. And these are going to be people that opt into your system with their cell phone number. And now they get to come through RAS. But as they come through RAS, they're your lead, and now you can start to talk to them about anything. Now, I don't have time tonight to cover everything. All right, so I don't have time to talk about, well, if they come through RAS, you know, how then do I share with them my health offer or my wellness offer or what have you? I don't have time for that tonight, all right? On Tuesday night, those who have RAS, we have special trainings just for you, and then we'll have trainings on Thursday. So we'll get to that. Just don't have time to cover that now. But I wanted to show you really quickly a very a real way that you can use immediately to start getting opt-ins into your RAS system for those of you who have RAS or will be getting RAS, so that they can start coming through the system. One, they can be, now you've got a lead that you can start communicating with about your back-end offers. Okay, so I need to do that real quickly. All right, so now let's go back to the SMS text info here. All right, so now this is going to be the biggest income stream that we've seen hit our work at home space, network marketing industry, affiliate marketing industry. All right, let me give you an example why. Okay, so here's what happens. When someone gets our system, when they initially purchase the system, all right, they're going to do a lease. All right, so you'll never own the system, just like I don't own my email autoresponder, but I've had it for 13 years. Okay, I've had it since 2003, that email autoresponder. Okay, and I'm never going to not have it because it houses all of my email leads. All right, and even though my focus now is on building my SMS text messaging list, I'm going to always have my email autoresponder because I've got thousands upon thousands upon thousands of leads in there. All right, so now, here's the thing with SMS text messaging systems. We're not the only SMS text messaging system out there, but we're the only one that offers this, okay? Normally what happens is you buy text credits, all right? And as you are sending and receiving text messages, they deduct from your text credit. So think of having a text credit bank. All right. When you first get our system, you got a set number of credits, and then every time a message is sent or every time a message is received into the system, that deducts from your text credit. So ultimately, you're going to renew. I'm going to renew. She's going to renew. He's going to renew with more text credits. Okay. So now here's the thing: when the math is done, each text message in our system that is sent, each text message that is received, produces a total of 1.67 cents to the parent, the person responsible for me getting the system, as well as to the grandparent. We have a two-tier structure. So every time my system sends out a text to my lead, all right, that is a cha-ching for my parent, the person that got me to get the system. That is a cha-ching for my grandparent, the person who got me to get the system. All right. So likewise, when you leverage our system, and as you start to have other folks that come through the system through your referral and through their referral, you're going to get those cha-chings, those cha-chings, those cha-chings. So, all right, so here's what happened. All right, let's assume for right now that I got RAS from you. And when someone opts into my system, as I had an opt-in, all right, this is a young lady named Cynthia. She prefers to go by Cindy. Cindy opted into my system. And immediately, my system started to send her a series of text messages, all right, to start to build a relationship with Cindy. All right, so here was the first message. Now, if you were my parent, meaning I got the system from you, if you were my grandparent, meaning I got the system from the person that you referred, okay? Then when this message went out to Cindy, you would have been hearing cha-ching, 1.67 cents. And when this message went out to Cindy, you would have been hearing cha-ching, 1.67 cents. Cha-ching, 1.67 cents. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching. Okay? Now, when someone first opts in, the system's going to send out a few text messages because this is their initial entry into our system. Now, some people are going to move through the system very quickly, just like Cynthia did. All right, sends out a few more text messages, and Cynthia even responded here, and ultimately Cynthia got our system not long after being exposed to our system. All right, so yes, I had some text messages that got deducted from my text bank. Yes, I'm going to renew those text messages. Hey, but I got the sale. I got the sale. So now, not only did I get the sale, all right, which in our system, the sale generates $102 up front, and then there will be a monthly residual element as Cynthia keeps the system of $29 a month that I'll receive as being her parent. But the other thing that now happens is Cynthia, when she got the system, she had her initial text messages. All right, that was when she got the lease of the system. She got so many text messages, and immediately, as she starts having folks come through her system, guess what? Give me a moment. Whoops. Bear with me. Bear with me. Is that it? Is that it? Here we go. Bear with me. There we go. Okay, so Cynthia comes through my system. My system starts communicating with Cynthia, sends out some text messages for my parent, for my grandparent. Cha-ching, 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 cha-ching. Cynthia now gets the system from me. I don't have time to cover all the money that you make, but you make $102 up front when someone gets the system from you, okay? Now Cynthia, she has the ability to build her own list. And when she has people come through her list, guess what? Cynthia came through, she got the system, and the very next day, Cynthia had an opt-in, Ethel Mae Gibbs, that came through Cynthia's system. So immediately out of the box, Cynthia has a system that immediately starts responding to her prospects, just like my system responded to her as my prospect. Ethel, not long after that, starts to go through the system, okay? And for Cynthia, because Cynthia is my child, I'm her parent, as Cynthia's system started to communicate with Ethel, that was a cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching for me, and a cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching for Cynthia's grandparent. Now Ethel has now gotten the system from Cynthia. So now when Ethel starts building her list of leads, her system is going to communicate with her list of leads. And that's going to be a cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching for Cynthia. And a cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching for yours truly, because I'm Ethel's papa. Hey, Ethel, I'm your papa daddy. You just call me Papa Daddy. I think that's what I'm going to have my grandchildren call me. They're going to call me Papa Daddy. I'm your pawpaw. I'm your grandpa, okay? So, how do we take this and reverse engineer to a 6 or a 7-figure income, okay? Bear with me. Got to go back to the other PowerPoint. All right, so here we go, and then we'll be rounding third. All right, I'm a little bit over, and then we'll go into our optional Q&A. We should be finished by the bottom of the hour. Thank you for your time. All right, so here's what happens with the system. The system is going to send out a minimum of 1 message a day to everyone's list of leads. All right, so this is going to produce a magnanimous income stream for those of you that take it, for those of you that get good quality leads into your system, a portion of those good quality leads into your system adopt the system themselves. They're going to get good quality leads into their system, and a portion of those are going to adopt the system themselves, so on and so forth. So for every message that is sent or received in the system, 1.67 cents to the parent. For every message sent and received in the system, 1.67 cents to the grandparent. So let's reverse engineer this into a 6-figure income. So now, here is my focus in my marketing. All right, I'm marketing this as a tool or resource to assist anybody that's promoting anything. Somebody's in nutrition, my system will help you build your nutritional offer. I know that they can get verified mobile opt-ins. If they don't know jack about traffic generation, they can come into the system, and for just a few bucks, they can get 15, 20 solid mobile opt-in leads. They see that works, they'll probably go back to the system and buy some more leads and more leads. Plus, I'm going to share with you at the end something that I'm doing in my business that we'll be sharing with our RAS audience in the form of a co-op in just a few short weeks, okay? So let's reverse engineer this into a 6-figure income just from the texting. All right, so now, if I want to make $100,000 a year, I divide that by 365 days. I come up with, in order to make $100,000 a year, I need to make $274 a day. Okay? So if you made $274 a day, 365 days a year, you just made $100,000. Now, how do we reverse engineer this from a texting income standpoint? All right. So we take $274 a day, we divide that by 0.0167 per text, because that represents 1.67 cents per text. So with our children and our grandchildren, people who get the system from us, and then people who get the system from them, there needs to be 16,407 texts sent per day. If 16,407 texts sent between your children and your grandchildren per day, you're going to earn $274 a day. That happens 365 days a year. That you're going to earn $100,000. Now that seems like a lot of texting. Only in my email list, when I send out an email, I can hit over 16,000 email boxes a day because of the size of my email list. And that's just me. That's not my children. That's not my grandchildren. That's just me having built a list. So now if I took 16,407 and I said, listen, if you come into RAS, our whole goal for you is to get you to 6 to 7 figures from a list building standpoint. I want to get you no less than 1,000 quality, not just quantity, 1,000 quality leads. And those that are not quality, what we're going to do is we're going to go in and we're going to make sure that maybe our system isn't talking to them every single day. So that we're not burning through text leads with non-responsive folks. We're going to focus on traffic generation strategies that get us hot, laser targeted leads that give us the best chance to convert those leads into people getting RAS, which then gives you the best chance to get those people into your primary offer. Ladies and gentlemen, if you got 1,000 subscribers average, it only would take 16 folks. Let's call it 17 folks. Between two tiers. This isn't 17 folks that you go out and you get. This is 16, 17 folks between your first tier. Your first tier would be anyone that gets the system from you, and your second tier, anyone that gets the system from them. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand that we could camp out on Facebook and look at all of the amateur marketers that we know are struggling and say, hey, I can assist you. Here's how I can assist you. And they opt into your system. And because you've already provided value, this is one of the things I'm going to teach our audience on Tuesday, those who have RAS, how for some of you that don't have any marketing budget at all, what I would do if I had no marketing budget whatsoever, how would I get quality leads coming into my system? In time, everybody should have at least 1,000 subscribers. If that's happening and your system is communicating, their system is communicating with their subscribers, ladies and gentlemen, that is a recipe for a 6-figure income right there, and they haven't even joined necessarily your primary offer. You show me any model in the industry where you could maybe perhaps generate a 6-figure income with 17 folks. So now let's reverse engineer a 7-figure income. $1 million, 365 days, $2,740 a day. Stop. Close your eyes. I want you to see it. I want you to see it. How different is your life generating $2,740 a day? How different? How different is your life? How different is your life? So how do we do that? Just from the texting income. Just reverse engineer it. Divided by 0.0167. Now you need 164,000 text messages a day between your children and your grandchildren that are sent. You know what? You can have the same 17 folks, but they bump their average subscribers up to 10,000. Or if the average was still just 1,000, now we just need 164. But listen, ladies and gentlemen, you know how this industry works. When something gets hot, it's normally because there's some people out there that started making some money and they started testifying. Maybe they did some YouTube. Maybe they did something on Facebook. Hey, look, this is what I made. This is what happened for me. What do you think is going to happen when folks are saying, hey, I'm generating $500 a week, $1,000 a week, $2,000 a week, even if a person doesn't buy my primary product or join my primary offer? That is going to spread like wildfire. Let me tell you what we're going to be doing in our own personal marketing, and we're going to make this available in the form of a co-op. Okay, so now let me tell you what we're going to be doing in our own personal marketing. All right, so I'm about to round third here. All right, what has served me well since 2008, when I first came online to start building my businesses. I didn't know anything about lead generation. I didn't know any of that kind of stuff. All I knew is that what served me well offline was that I was the presenter and I was the trainer guy. I would go from city to city to city, presenting whatever the opportunity was or training on the opportunity or what have you. And I built a team of thousands of folks offline, and we made a lot of money offline. When I came online, what I started doing is I started doing video marketing. The first course I took was a YouTube course, all right? And YouTube has changed a lot since I took that course, but I took a video marketing course, all right? And then I started doing live webinars, all right? So what has served me very well in marketing has been video marketing and webinar marketing. And I'll still consider that video marketing, because what we often do is we record our webinars, and then we make that available for replay, and we send it out to our email list, and that provides value to our email list. And people join us and they buy from us as a result. Okay? All right. Now, I wish that this skill set, I wish that I could just touch you, I could just speak over you, and you had the video marketing, webinar, presenting, training skill set. Some of you can do that. You've got the communication skills. You are skilled in that area. It's just a matter of you doing it, okay? But some of you, that will never be your strong suit. That's not where your skill set is. Just like not everybody is the lyrical miracle like me. I'm sorry, not everybody can do the hip hop thing like me, and not everybody me can sing country music like me. I'm gonna love you forever, forever and ever, amen. My gosh! As long as old men sit and talk about the weather. Did you hear that little yodel there? As long as old women sit and talk about old men. See, not everybody is that talented. But let me tell you what I'm going to do to promote my RAS business and how you can get in on it. Can get in on it. Okay? What I'm going to do is I'm going to blanket YouTube, because that has served me well. I also have a very dear buddy of mine who's really good at search traffic. Search traffic would be things like Google AdWords, Yahoo and Bing, and what have you. Okay, so I'm developing a campaign right now between YouTube and search traffic. All right, so that when someone sees the ad on search traffic, they see the ad on YouTube. So what's going to happen with YouTube, I'm going to do paid marketing on YouTube. All right, so if there's something that's hot, if there's a network marketing company that's hot, I'm going to be there. And so when somebody goes and they type in whatever that hot keyword happens to be, all right, some of you put in what you're promoting. All right, so some of the things that you're promoting, if it's hot, guess what? When somebody goes to check that out, guess what? I'm going to be there. All right, so we're going to have maybe an ad to the top of that video, or an in-stream ad. So, those ads that pop up before you can see the video, you've got an ad. And some people are going to skip over it, but we're going to be branding. By the way, if they skip the ad after 5 seconds, I'm not charged, so that's cool. I get some free branding there, all right? But for those that watch that ad, we're going to be sending them to a place where they're going to get more content, so that by the time they actually opt into my mobile capture page, we've already warmed them up. So we're going to take someone that's cold, that doesn't know us from Adam, and we're going to warm them up even before they get to my mobile capture page. So by the time they get to my mobile capture page, they already know, opt in, watch the first training module, fill out, take advantage of the tripwire, so on and so forth. So I'm going to have a far more responsive lead, because what has served me well is when somebody saw my video content, and I've had people that consumed hours of video content that I put out before they ever did business with me. But by the time they did business with me, guess what? They felt like they knew me. Now, here's the thing. We can easily leverage that so that you can leverage that. Meaning this, how about we take this concept and we co-opt this concept out? All right? Don't have all the details yet on the co-op, all right? But what if you said, okay, I've got a few dollars, I want to get a co-op share, and somebody else has a few dollars and they get a co-op share, and all of a sudden we've got $10,000, $20,000, $50,000, at a time $100,000, $200,000 a month that we can just go to the hottest of offers with search traffic, the hottest of offers on YouTube, and now people click on, they see the ad, they go to the ad, but you're now in a rotator. So now you get to leverage my skill set. You get to leverage me singing country music. You get to leverage me being the lyrical miracle, all right? And now when somebody clicks on the link to go to the mobile capture page, this person went to John's capture page, and another person went to Sheila's, and another person went to Tammy's, and another person went to Tanya's, and another person went to Vernetta's. So now you have quality leads coming into your system that are more apt to do business with you, get RAS from you. That generates revenue for you. They can now participate in the co-op. So now they can get quality leads coming into their system. And as they get quality leads coming into their system starts texting, you start overriding, and then their people get quality leads coming into their system. I mean, ladies and gentlemen, I know of folks that do $1 million plus in advertising per month in search traffic and in YouTube traffic. I mean, there really is no limit to that. And then ultimately we could move the Facebook and all that good stuff. All right. The point is, when you align with us at RAS, you're going to be able to get quality leads from the system. We're going to be launching co-ops soon. You'll be able to participate in the co-ops. And if you want to learn other ways that you can generate good, solid traffic, great. But one of the things we're doing is we're bringing healing ointment and salve to the problems that plague most marketers. How do I get quality visits to my site? We're gonna solve that situation for you. Now you're gonna get quality folks coming to your site. As they opt in, a percentage of those are going to actually get the system from you. That's going to generate some upfront income, but the big winner is going to be this texting income. Now, I'm finished there. How many of you, that vision that we just laid out for you, how many of you see some light at the end of your financial tunnel? If you see some light at the end of your financial tunnel, put a big L in the questions box. I see the light. I see the light. I see the light. There you go. There you go. There you go. Shining in my eyes. There we go. Okay? All right. So let me finish with this. Let me just make sure that everybody is on the same page with me. Whether you have not gotten RAS, whether this is the first time you've been to our webinar, whether you already have RAS. All right. So real quickly, number one, as of just a couple of hours ago, RAS, I'll call it 2.0. It's not a different link or anything like that, but RAS 2.0 went live. And what that simply means is that the initial offer that it was promoting has been taken out, primarily due to non-performance. But now that really allows me to do what I really wanted to do to start with, which was to have a tool or resource that was generic so that we could actually appeal to anybody marketing anything. So RAS 2.0 is now live. Okay, if you already have RAS, go into the back of RAS so you can see how you can go through the system there. Of course, you don't have to repurchase anything, just so you can see what that messaging happens to be. That's number one. Number two, when you get our system, right now, based on what we have seen with the numbers, the best converting leads are those purchased in the system. So what the mother company All right, the mother company is called QuickLister. She already has hundreds of thousands of folks that have opted in to a mobile capture page of some sort. All right, what I can do, what you can do when you have RAS, is you can say, I want to purchase some opt-ins. The system's going to send out some promotional text messages to a number of folks that are in the system. The ones that get the text message, 1, 2, click onto the link in the text message, 3, see our RAS page and say, that's interesting. Let me find out what that's about. And they put in their name and their cell phone number. All right, that's going to be your lead. So this is a person who's already familiar with our mother company. This is a person that already has given their name and their cell phone number, but they're going to do that again. That's right now the most responsive leads that we are seeing in the system. Anybody that's currently leveraging RAS, or those of you who will get RAS, you'll be able to take advantage of that. Okay? Then the third thing. All right, for my own personal marketing, I'm going to be using search traffic and YouTube. All right, in time I might do some more Facebook stuff or what have you, but I know YouTube has served me well. Okay, I'm going to leverage my buddy with search traffic. I'm just going to put together the campaign and then say, hey, do what you do. Let's start getting, he's going to manage that entire campaign, the search traffic campaign or what have you. Of course, I'll be able to see what's going on. Now, what we will do, for those of you who want it, all right, is we'll say, okay, I don't have all the details just yet, all right, but you'll be able to participate in co-op. All right, you'll be able to participate in a co-op. So the way this is going to work is, let's say with YouTube, all right, if there's something that's hot, if there's something that we see getting traction, then we're going to advertise based on that keyword. So there's a particular cryptocurrency company that I'm seeing quite a bit about, all right? So I'm going to go in, I'm going to advertise based on that keyword. So now when somebody goes and they type in that particular offer, we're going to have an ad there. All right, now whether you're in the co-op or not, I'm going to have an ad there. Okay, anything that's hot, I'm going to be there, because I'm going to be there saying, hey, here's the reality. The majority of people that are about to join ABC are going to struggle. They're not going to make any money. But let me show you how I can help you get more leads, more sales, more recruits to your offer. And even if no one buys or joins your offer, we're going to show you how you could still generate a 6 or a 7-figure biz. Click here so that we can show you how. They're going to click there. We're going to give them some content even before they've gone to the mobile capture page, so that by the time they come to the mobile capture page, we've already started to warm them up. The result initially will be less leads, but higher quality. Before we were focusing on quantity of leads, now we're focusing on quality. So I don't mind having less leads as long as I have a higher quality of lead. And that way, for those of you who are already in the system, that will mean that your text messages are going out to a higher quality lead. Okay? All right, so now listen, I've given you a lot of content tonight. A lot of this was geared for our existing folks that already have RAS, because you needed to know about RAS 2.0. I know I've got a lot of guests here. I gave you a lot. If you don't get it all, know this: don't market your primary offer up front, especially if you don't have a lead capture page, and especially if you don't have a ton of videos on YouTube. Because if you market your primary offer up front, you send out emails, you start posting it on Facebook, what's going to happen is somebody is going to see that you've already given the name of the offer away. They're then going to go to YouTube, and they're going to find somebody like me on YouTube that's skilled at promoting on YouTube, and they're going to join them and not you. That's just the reality of what happens in the marketplace. Okay? Get RAS. All right, so here we go. Call to action, and we'll open up for some optional Q&A. And normally on our Thursday nights, we go about 75 minutes. I've gone over just a little bit. And then we go into optional Q&A. Okay, so number one. All right, if you are a guest here and you do not have RAS, and you know who got you here, all right, so get back to the person that invited you to the webinar and take the RAS tour through their link. Okay, there's going to be an opt-in page. You're going to opt in. There's going to be, I think it's about a 12 to 13 minute a module. You're going to watch that. Okay, once you watch that, you're going to take advantage of the Tripwire offer that we have there. All right, so that you can now get access to the training content that we have valued at $297. You're not going to pay $297, and that is going to give you an inside look as to how RAS is going to help you generate revenue even if people do not buy or join you. All right, so get back and go through RAS. Okay, for those of you that have RAS, go in your RAS back office and look at the post that we put there about RAS 2.0, and then we share with you how you can go through the system yourself so you can see the new messaging of RAS. And then lastly, all right, if you were a part of the offer that we were promoting, that we've put on the shelf now, all right, because of non-performance. We're still looking to see if they wind up doing what they say they're going to do. And if so, we'll revisit. But I will tell you that as far as RAS goes, RAS will remain generic. If there's some kick butt offer out there that we believe it just brings incredible value to our audience, then we'll launch another funnel for that kick butt offer. RAS will remain generic so that you can appeal to anybody marketing anything. Okay? All right. So if you were a part of that or still a part of that particular offer and your sponsor never got you a RAS link, all right, and some of you did communicate with me, and we communicated, I think, with most of you that we were going to get you a link, but we wanted to wait until we had changed the messaging. If you are still waiting to get a RAS link, all right, only if you were a part of that offer, then you're going to email reverse advertising system at gmail.com. I went through last night. I answered most of those of you that had sent things in, but I did realize today that we're still some messages that we hadn't gotten to, so we're going to be getting to those messages. Just send in another request if you must. This is only for those of you that were part of that particular offer and you were waiting to get a link and the person that enrolled you in that offer had been unresponsive. Anybody else, you should be getting back to the person that got you to tonight's webinar, because I know a lot of our folks sent out invitations for tonight's webinar. So you get back to them and you either go through RAS for the first time or you continue your tour with them. Okay? All right. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to stop the content tonight. We're finished for tonight. I'm going to get a little swig of water, and how about we go into an optional Q&A. We'll address as many questions as we can. Queen, let's do this. Queen, can we go to the top of the hour? Okay, all right, so we're going to go to the top of the hour. We'll address as many questions as we possibly can. Okay, so this would be the time to put your questions in your questions box.